Whose house?
Bill's house.
Bill! 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 Bill!
Bill's house.
Bill's house.
It's a shame because you're so accustomed to like this adult life at this point. And it almost negates like everything you've done in a way. Although it doesn't, because there is closure. You know, Ganondorf's sealed by the sages. You see him like going into this manic state.
Depends on the timeline.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I hate. I know we talked a little bit about the Hyrule Historia and the, I guess, development of the timeline, years after this game was completed. I kind of hate how the timeline kind of like, I guess, breaks off in Ocarina of Time. And the two scenarios are, one, Link fails. And it kind of bothers me because this is, for me, my favorite Zelda game. And by default, I love this particular version of Link, and knowing that he's the one that failed and he's the reason why the timeline broke, it's kind of like, I don't know, disheartening for me.
You're like, not my Link.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, but like when would does that actually happen in the game? Is there actually a bad ending? No.
Not when I played it.
Yeah.
No.
Unless you
Things tend to work out.
Unless you stopped at the Young Link section. It's like, oh shit, it's like you got to live as big for life.
Yeah, I get it. And let me pull up. Doesn't the Wind Waker kind of take place in the failed version?
Yeah, I think it breaks off. I forgot the actual timeline, but I think, with the Wind Waker, I think it happens in the failed timeline, I think.
Which is kind of cool. Kind of neat.
I can kind of see how it makes sense, though.
Yeah, because everything is underwater, and Wind Waker is another great game.
Yeah,
Just,
after
when you get to the Temple of Time for like the first time, that was pretty epic.
Yeah.
So the hero is defeated is followed by A Link to the Past, Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, Link's Awakening, The Legend of Zelda, and then The Adventure of Link. The hero is successful, which is our ending, is followed by Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and then Four Swords Hyrule Adventure. I didn't know that was even a story. And then Adult Era Ganondorf Sealed.
That's a Wind Waker one, right?
That one is Ganondorf is revived, Hyrule is sealed and flooded. Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks, which are those kind of all can go together. Wait, what is Sacred Realm Protected versus Ganondorf Sealed? Isn't our ending Ganondorf Sealed?
Yes, because he got sealed at the end. So
so that is our ending. Leads to the Wind Waker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The last one is when like Hyrule gets sealed. The other one is Ganondorf. I think it's just the way it's worded is kind of weird.
But wait, doesn't that like happen in like Breath of the Wild? Is like Hyrule's sealed too?
Breath of the Wild was made before after the Hyrule Historia, and therefore does not fit on the timeline.
That's true, and it's also kind of like apocalyptic scenario. It's after everything.
I'm sure there's some
another
version.
one. That's another one where they fail. The four what was it called? The four guardians or whatever. So that's another kind of like negative. I guess negative game in that sense, because you play 100 years after you failed, so Ganondorf is reigning. So yeah, I'm not really sure where it falls in the timeline, but I know it's in there somewhere. Because I think from now onwards, Nintendo they're gonna try and continue the official timeline, because I think that the timeline was sanctioned or approved by Eiji Aonuma himself and Shigeru Miyamoto or something. So
I've never read it, so I'm kind of like Cloud in this situation.
Yeah, I have
an article here that says Breath of the Wild has been confirmed to be at the end of the Zelda timeline. Like
Which
Very
one?
last.
But it says there's literally 3 different timelines. So that they never specifically say which one. At least from this thing I have. What a stupid concept.
Yeah, I never really. I know I have the book, but that Hyrule Historia, I used it more for just checking out the artwork and things like that.
Yeah.
I liked how Skyward Sword kind of, it's like the providence of the series. I think it's kind of like a good story how it sets everything up. But other than that, whatever happens after in the other games, it's just not my favorite. How it was treated, if you will.
I'm okay to consider this as like its own standalone narrative. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't need to be part of any kind of storyline.
Yeah, I think all Zelda games, I think they were all made with that intention. With that intention was that they were all just made to be just one story itself.
Yeah, with maybe the exception of Majora's Mask, which it's clearly
A sequel.
Zelda 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that Zelda 2. Yeah, that stuff I can understand, but when it comes to like with Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, yeah, I can see those being totally just their own thing.
Yeah.
It's like asking me to consider my own life as like a continuation of my great grandfather in Greece. I don't know how to compare those, my life now in America.
Well, also, I mean, the maps are different. So, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think another one that has continuation is Phantom Hourglass and the Spirit Tracks. I've never beat Phantom Hourglass because I'll be honest, that was the first Zelda game that I was just disappointed in how it played. So I should probably just jump straight to Spirit Tracks.